as we continue our minute-by-minute observations, waiting for the latest update on the status of everyone's favorite creepy quarterback. That's right. It's time now for another obligatory Maller monologue about Deshaun Watson. Now, I am not sure if you have followed along. Maybe not. But let me get you caught up to speed. So we have learned now that Deshaun Watson is not willing to play ball with the NFL in terms of the ongoing settlement talk. And the problem for Deshaun is he doesn't think he did anything wrong, and the NFL wants to give him an indefinite suspension. That's what we're told. That the NFL attempted to meet Watson in the middle, right in the courtyard there. And they had proposed, little birdie tells us, that there'll be an indefinite suspension, but they would allow Watson to apply for reinstatement after 12 games of the upcoming NFL season. Now, Deshaun rejected that proposal. Watson's camp of lawyers, his posse, is hopeful that the former judge, Sue L. Robinson, who got everyone together in a boardroom in Delaware, that Sue L. for loss, Robinson, will rule against any kind of suspension, and therefore Deshaun will laugh at all the people that think he should be punished by the NFL. So let us discuss the question. Would an indefinite suspension be reasonable for Deshaun Watson? So I am nodding my head yes, passionately nodding my head yes. I've got Expressway, Dikembe Mutombo, and painting. And we're going to tie all of these things together, and we're going to paint a mosaic is what we're going to do. And we'll see how it turns out. So listen, the NFL, we talked about this a ton over the last year plus. The NFL is battling a wildfire, and the wildfire is coming at them on two fronts. I don't feel bad for the NFL. I'm just explaining what's going on. So you have the court of public opinion and the great unknown. It is the old inferno that has not been contained. Now, Watson thought he had a handle on it when he paid out millions of dollars in hush money for the 20 women. However, he still has a 4-pack of lawsuits that he's dealing with. And the problem for the NFL is the statute of limitations will not run out until March of 2023. That's assuming Watson has kept his hands to himself since then. And that means that the Deshaun Watson Expressway is riddled with potholes and ditches. Booby traps, if you will, which, of course, ironically is why Deshaun Watson is in the pickle jar that he's in right now. Now, as a result, Roger Goodell and his cronies are running a NFL-style defense, the prevent defense. That's what they're running right now, trying to prevent a bigger boondoggle. Now, they understand the very ugly optics of Watson being given a hall pass to play touchy-feely with the massage therapist. Now, your very image-conscious commissioner is dealing with constipation, headaches, and heartburn at the very thought. If Watson is allowed to skate, then the gray lady will be turning up the old blowtorch on the NFL, the old New York Times, and the others will be under attack mode. Now, part B of this, Deshaun Watson, why is he feeling confident? I have a theory as to why he's feeling confident. If he was a baseball player, his batting average is .833. 20 hits in 24 at-bats. Of course, if he was a baseball player, he would be playing for the Brewers because he loves the sausage race. Now, meanwhile, what's happening with the other 4 outstanding lawsuits that are continuing on? So we understand that Deshaun still has offers on the table to buy silence of those women also. He's willing to cut a big check. But so far, the efforts of Deshaun Watson and his legal team for the Final Four have been swatted away like old school NBA player Dikembe Mutombo blocking shots. And those cases continue to progress. The wheels of justice turn slowly through the civil court system. But we do have more details that have emerged on the final four queen bees, if you will. Now, among them, the woman Ashley Solis, a.k.a. Plaintiff Zero, and she was the first to sue Watson back in March of 2021. She's the one that started the party. And famously, Watson said he never harmed anyone, blah, 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 blah. And people say, well, this is one woman. And then, like, every day for a month, another woman came forward and said, hey. Anyway, you have three others. Now, one other of the ladies claimed that Watson had used a fake ID, and she says in the lawsuit had groped her, and Watson decided to relieve some ranch dressing on the woman's hand, shall we say. Watson also made a second appointment with the therapist later. She accepted it. She claims in the lawsuit she didn't realize because Watson was using an alias, that he was not using his real name because he was like Fletch from that old movie. Now, this time, Watson is said to have massaged the infomercial item, the shake weight, until the shake weight issued Watson's proprietary blend of mayonnaise right there. In another case, among the final four, Watson is, according to these lawsuits, Watson propositioned...
Jerk yourself awake.
That's a sleep technique. Propositioned a student studying massage therapy for an appointment and said he had a non-disclosure agreement for her to sign. And 2 sessions happened. Now, this is where it gets a little creepy, a little odd, if true. According to the lawsuit, both sessions happened at this woman's mother's house. And during the second appointment, let's see, how can I clean this up? So according to the second, the claim here, so both massages at the mother's house, and the lawsuit claims that he was playing with, shall we say, a noodle, and then there was some barf that came out of the noodle there, and so that made a mess and all of that. That's about as radio-friendly as I can make those lawsuits. Now, the last word on this. There's also a story going around, maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't, that claims that the adult son of one of the women that the NFL interviewed in the Deshaun Watson case claimed that his mother lied. We believe this is one of the women that took a settlement. Now, Josina Anderson passed on the story, and so did Mike Florio, that this guy claimed his mother was initially complimentary of Deshaun Watson in their conversations after the massage, but later did the old switcheroo. Her tone changed after the allegations started surfacing about Watson. So the son implying that his mother offered a reward if he did not mention this. Of course, the kid supposedly went and told the NFL. Now, is the report of the random son claiming his mom had lied about Deshaun Watson's behavior a big deal, a little deal, or no deal? So Deshaun Watson's group is saying it's a big deal. I say it's a little deal, and I'll tell you why. Because this guy, even if this is true, this guy might have had a very contentious relationship with his mom. I'm going to go out on a limb and put my neck out and say probably so, because otherwise he wouldn't have gone to the NFL and said this. And so you don't know whether this is a revenge play or not, but chances are there's something that doesn't smell right about this. Now, we don't know what we don't know, but it's 99.9% certain that this story was leaked by Deshaun Watson's team. You play the old parlor game. They are using useful idiots, and to me there's no bigger useful idiot than Mike Florio, to spread the word, right, in football media, along with the report that the NFL presented no evidence of violence, force, threat, or coercion in the allegations. Now, this is what they want the world to hear. And, of course, the fanboys, the Kool-Aid drinkers from Cleveland, they're all in. Rah, rah, that's right, see? No force, no violence, no threat, no coercion. And they're painting with a very broad brush that Watson is the innocent victim here, and they're leaking this intentionally to try to sway public opinion, which is really doing nothing because you have the meatheads, the Neanderthal Brown fans who believe Watson because he's wearing the right laundry is fine, and then you've got everyone else kind of rolling their eyes. But they're saying essentially, the defense of Watson is that the prosecutor presented no evidence. There's one little bitty problem. These lawsuits are not about violence, force, threat, or coercion. They're about consent. And Deshaun Watson's team did not leak that these women gave consent for what Watson was doing, meaning that the lawsuits are claiming that they did not allow Watson to serve up an extra helping of frankenbeans with sauce on the side, that was not part of the deal that they signed up for. And while Watson did not use violence, force, threat, or coercion, he also did not have consent. And that is a big problem. I don't know how you get past that if you're the former judge or certainly Deshaun Watson's team. They're just that's what's called a lie by omission. You just don't mention it. You mention other things, and you say, look over there and don't look over here. And that's the way to do it.